seriously. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ FM San Luis Obispo rocks.
Did you know, Jeff, that men who eat more vegetables and fruit tend to smell better than guys that sit around and eat a bunch of bread and pasta?
I'll tell you what. Oh, bread and pasta?
Bread and pasta.
I thought you were going to go the meat route on that.
No, bread and pasta. So these are your natural, sweat glands without masking it with cologne and
potpourri
deodorant.
for the body is what you're saying.
Right. See, I didn't know that it was so bad for me all these years. I've been putting all this cologne on, and I probably stink underneath it because I've eaten so much. I've been eating so much bread and pasta. And,
you just don't need to.
Except for the last 6 months.
The last 2 days, I've done the red meat double up, which is very rare in my diet.
What is the red meat double up?
Well,
sounds like a new burger at Carl's Jr.
Monday night, I had steak, and last night I had hamburger. And let me tell you, at about 11 o'clock last night, my body was stinking.
Yeah. Red meat, yeah, that could be.
I don't eat meat that often, and I realized that when I had meat 2 nights in a row, it's not by any conscious decision. It's just I don't do it very often, and it has affected the way I smell.
Yeah, well,
I will be honest with you.
There's something that I swear to God happens when I turned 40. Things just started to fall apart, or it just wasn't the same as it used to be. Drinking alcohol isn't the same. Especially the next day, the food does not digest the way it used to, and it's just like I hit a switch, and I had to get glasses.
Is it the vision and I was just going to say the vision and the digestive tract?
And the eye doctor told me, because everybody at 40, something happens in their body with their eyes, and yeah, a lot of people, that's when they have to get glasses.
Milk, red meat, beer.
Milk. I love milk. I drank milk my whole life.
These
Can't
are
do it
3
anymore.
things that are affect me adversely now, but for the first 40 years of my life, no problem.
But this is
not the beer.
This is
I
a
didn't
real
pick that up until I was wink 21.
Real study done out of a university in Australia. I don't have all the stats and everything on it, but apparently if you eat a lot of vegetables and fruit and you stay away from carbs and like bread and pasta, that you'll smell better regularly. I guess. I don't know. I switched
that's weird because
3 months ago from antiperspirant deodorant to regular deodorant.
Okay. What was the reason?
They say that antiperspirant deodorant, the aluminum in it, it's not good for you. It causes breast cancer in both men and women.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember earlier in the year when I thought I had breast cancer?
Yes.
Why do you laugh? I had a lump. I forget what they call it.
I shouldn't laugh because I know men do get breast cancer, but
it's
very rare.
I felt that I was feeling this thing for a long time. It was on my left.
I think you read it
side.
one too many WebMD articles.
And it was there.
Very, very rare.
Hey, I had to go in and get that exam that women, where you put your boob inside your man tit inside that machine and they squish it. What, the mammogram? I don't even know how they were able to do that. I don't know how women do it, but if you're a small-breasted person, very uncomfortable because you have to shove your ribs into this granite counter slab block thing. Anyways, Did you see? I had a small mass in there, but it was just, I forget what they call it. It's nothing. It's just something that people get. You get them all over their body. Not a cyst. They had a technical name for it. I'll think of it here in a second. But, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's just something, we all get these all over our body. I just happen to have one right there. But why are you still smiling? It's kind of freaky,
because
man.
I could see the doctor was seeing his next patient come in.
Hey, they took it real serious. They made me come back for x-rays.
Yeah, of course.
They did the sonogram, and then they're like, well, you know what? You better come back and get a mammogram.
That's a ka-ching.
And then they're like,
right
yeah, they did get me on that 3D imaging.
That's easy come, easy go, right
That was
there.
an upsell, the 3D imaging. I had to pay like $35 for that. I'm guessing the insurance must have covered something because $35
How
seems
many
like...
WebMD articles did this guy read? Okay. Have him come back for a second follow-up.
The first thing the guy says to me, he says, well, normally people that smoke a lot of cannabis will get these.
Really?
And I looked at him, I'm like, well, that's not me. Can't say I never have, but that's not something that...
Not a lot.
I don't think that's
How
the
much
cause,
is a lot,
Doc.
doctor?
Yeah, probably daily or something.
How much is a lot?
So... So I switched to this deodorant, and I noticed I don't have any kind of odors in the next day, probably because I've been in the last couple weeks I've been cut out all breads and pastas, which really sucks Because, I think
See, that's weird to me
bread
because
to me is something that we should all be able to enjoy every day.
I know vegetarians. I know some vegetarians, and those vegetarians are the smelliest people I know.
Well, they probably eat a lot of bread.
Nah.
Breads and pasta. You can eat that. You can eat that when you're a vegetarian.
Yeah, I
And
don't
rice?
know if they do. Like these vegetarians, the ones that are smelling bad, they're like vegetarian. Like they eat nothing but salads and fruits and things of the nature that you speak of. They are the worst smelling people. But maybe
Because they're also probably hippies that don't wear deodorant. Is that possible?
This is the thing: is maybe they hear reports like this, and it lends credibility to their argument that, hey, man, I don't need to shower. I live from the earth.
No, everybody needs to shower.
Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They don't shower as a result of their clean eating lifestyle. Because, I mean, those vegetarians are the worst smelling people. I would take your antiperspirant and possible man breast cancer any day over the way.
My man breast cancer.
Just because you burn some incense does not mean you smell good.
The ironic thing about it is when you smell the foods they're telling you to eat so you don't stink, like vegetables stink. Broccoli, cauliflower, like rice.
I got to be honest with you, man. I think you think you told me something, but you never told me until just recently, just minutes ago. And that was that you got a mammogram. You never shared that with me before.
I didn't share that with you?
And I had no idea that you had thought about it so much to the point where you change your deodorants because you're afraid you're going to get breast cancer.
Well,
no, you never told me that you got a mammogram. You never said, hey, man, I got a lump in my breast and I'm going to go get
I can't believe I didn't tell you that.
I'm going to go get a mammogram.
Are you sure I didn't tell you
Yes,
that?
because I'm pretty sure my response to it would have been what it's been for the last 5 minutes, and I'm like, WTF, all the way to the bank.
Well, you get a lump in your breast, you should get
As
an
a
X-ray.
man? As a man.
Yes, it's right here. It's smaller now. It gets bigger and smaller depending on. It's a hormone
Now I'm
thing.
going to have to do some WebMD searches of my own on this.
I'm going to text my wife because she has a really good memory, and I'll ask her what it's
Memory?
called. Memory. Yeah.
There's a guy online he had a question for you.
Go ahead.
Oh, hey. A friend of mine and I, we had this long discussion that she ended up with saying that men are a bunch of crybabies because we don't get prostate checks often as we should have. And at the end, she said that her main argument was that if girls get their breasts checked as much as they should, then guys should do that because mammograms are as awkward or scary as prostate exams.
So, Jared,
Now that you have taken probably both, what would you say?
have you taken both? Let me ask you that first.
Yes, I have taken both.
Okay.
And it was really unfortunate because when I got prodded with
you're the standard, okay? You realize that
Right.
you're a rare group of men.
Yes.
You have both got the prostate and you've got the mammogram.
I know,
Okay,
I know.
so now you can tell us if women, when they make this argument, if it is a valid argument.
I would much rather have a mammogram than another prostate check. I'll
And you
tell
ain't
that.
got much going on up there, so it's got to be hard to find the surface area. Is what I'm talking
Right,
about.
I'm
right?
saying guys that have the man boobs, you're better off for a mammogram than somebody who doesn't have anything. So, but the prostate check. Remember what happened? I was I don't know, 19 years old, and the doctor.
I wasn't there. No.
Well, I know, but I
Thank
told you
God.
about it. I was assaulted by a doctor. He didn't even ask me. He just said, have you had one? And then he did it. So that might have been part of the problem. But go with the mammogram. Go with the mammogram every time.
It's not often that we as men get that choice, Jeremy.
No, we all have to have the
Thanks for clearing
prostate.
things out, man.
Yeah. But I think most
Wait,
guys.
did you just say thanks for clearing things out? I think that's what his doctor did.
I had a buddy who had a inflamed prostate. He got an infection. They
Oh.
wanted to make sure he didn't have cancer. So he had to go in once a month for 6 months and get that exam
You
done.
share too much information with your
Can you
friends.
imagine that? Every month, you got to think about going back in and laying on the table.
And the thing is, he told you about it. He
No,
gave you
we're
updates.
buddies. Yeah, we're friends.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Okay, so I looked up male breast cancer rates because you got me thinking now.
Yeah, Brad just wrote in. He said he knew a guy that got it in Fresno. It's like 2%, right? It's
No,
really low.
Way less than that.
Oh, okay.
You figure there's 280 million people in the United States.
Right.
Half of them would A little bit more than half would be men. 140. Let's just say half for the purposes of discussion here.
Right.
There's about 2,000 new cases diagnosed each year in the United States, and this is going back to 2014 when cancer.gov released those statistics. About 2,000 per year out of 140 million. Okay, that's very low percentage.
I know, but
that's
you know, somebody's going to be in that, that percentage.
Well, yeah, somebody's going to know a guy in Fresno. I understand.
Well, have you ever thought that you had something terminal in your life?
Yeah, but then I would, if I looked it up on the internet.
And you went to the doctor?
If I looked it up on the internet and I saw.
That's the worst thing to do.
And I saw that it only happens in 2,000 out of 140 million people.
Yes.
I would be like, it's probably nothing. And I probably would not go to the doctor.
You wouldn't go to the doctor?
Uh-uh.
I had a lump. I mean, it was a good size. It was about the size of, those little balls that you would throw against the wall as a kid? And it would bounce it back
like
to you.
A tennis
like a little
ball?
like a little rubber ball.
Okay.
Those little rubber balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
you get them in the 25-cent machine.
Yeah, it was that size.
The candy machine.
It was that size. It wasn't that hard, but it was that size. You have to get that checked out.
I did have once when I was chewing tobacco, I had a lump underneath my tongue, and that scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
And I went into the dentist, and the dentist said, "No, it's just you ate a potato chip or something and scratched."
Oh, good.
It's just
I'm going to go buy another case of Skull.
I think I chewed for 2 years after that, too, even though it scared the bejesus out of me, because that's how addictive that stuff can be.
We got this guy that called in earlier. What's up?
Hey, this friend of yours, after having so many prostate checks
You're back for more.
Scheduled, did he have to bring flowers to the doctor every single time now?
No, but he did look at her on the last one, and he said, "Come on, tell me, you really enjoy this, don't you?" Right before she did the last one.
It was a girl that was doing his? It was a girl doctor?
It was a woman doctor.
Well, that's why I had no problem going back to her every month.
She's still doing what nobody wants done.
I understand. Okay. But still, I know some of your friends, and that might be the most action they get. I can't believe you guys sit around and talk about things like this. Like, if I had to go get a prostate exam every month, the last person I'd be talking to about, I would not even talk to my wife about it. They're like, yeah.
No, you don't talk to your wife about this kind of stuff. You talk to guys because other guys have had it done.
You don't talk to guys about it either.
And just to be fair, we were all camping, and you're sitting around. There's no TV. There's nothing. You just talk. You talk. I mean, God, there's far worse conversations.
Talk about your prostate exam?
Dude, there was one morning, I swear to God, we all sat there for 2 hours and talked about pooping. We just talked about because you had to go dig a hole with the shovel and what a pain in the butt it is. And, yeah, some interesting conversations can come out around the camp. I'm telling you right now.
You say maybe you got to cut back the length of your camping trips. I know you go for like 2 weeks in July, but your eyes are scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to conversation here.
Well,
okay?
It's the same people. We've been talking for 20 years, so maybe we're just running out of things to talk about. But once, I said, God, you got to go. Man, I had that done once. It was terrible. He's like, oh, yeah, I had to go like once for every month for 6 months. So take care of your prostate. Otherwise, that's the only way they can check it is with a finger.
That's what your camping trips turn into, a pissing match over who got fingered the most?
No problems on the roads right now. We're
Sign
good.
me up. Show me the great outdoors.
How pathetic can some people be?
I'm a big sports fan. Do we have any sports fans here tonight? You guys like sports? Beautiful. Awesome. I love sports. I love them. But I get annoyed by sports broadcasters because I feel like they always use the same lines, same cliches. Like in football, when a player scores a touchdown, there's a little celebratory dance. A lot of times the announcer will be like, oh my God, that is a classless display. That is classless. I'm like, seriously? This is a game where people knock each other out, break their necks, get brain damage, concussions. And you're talking about class? This is not the opera or beauty pageant, man. I know if I played football, I scored a touchdown, and I was still alive, I'd want to do a dance too. Other thing the announcers will say a lot and be like, oh my gosh, that guy has deceptive speed. That guy has deceptive quickness. What that means is, dang, that guy's fast. But we didn't expect that because he's white. This is unbelievable. The white boy can run. Who knew?
Dumbass. Dumbass of the day. 93.3 KZOZ.
The white boy can run and he can catch touchdown passes.
When he's not hurt.
Yeah. We're talking about Gronk. We podcast here. You can follow us on iTunes. You can follow us, KZOZ.com. The daily podcast is there. We do some after the show podcasts. Apparently, there's a podcast out of the New England area. The Sims and Lefko podcast. Apparently, Rob Gronkowski was on with them the other day. And during the interview, they asked him how much money he'd be willing to pay for the right to wear number 69 in a game on his jersey as opposed to his career 87. Now, you remember last year when he was asked about possibly the 69th touchdown of his career. He had this to say.
One more, I got 69 touchdowns. If you know what I mean. Only you know what I mean, baby. One more, I got 69 touchdowns. If you know what I mean.
So stupid.
Only you know what I mean, baby.
What a dork. Oh, my gosh. But he's a nice guy, so he gets away with it, right?
He has to catch his his next receiving touchdown will be his 69th touchdown.
Okay.
So that's why they were asking him. How much do you think he said he would pay?
To wear the number 69?
Yeah.
Can't he just ask her?
One more, I got 69.
No.
Somebody else's number already?
Shaq Mason has the number. He's an offensive lineman.
Yeah.
And, it would require, he's not just going to give it up. He say, well, what you got there? What you got? You want to wear 69? What you got there?
Gronk's got some cash.
What you got, Gronk?
I don't know. 20,000.
No. Of course, in true Gronkowski form, he said he would pay 69,000.
9 touchdowns. If you know what I mean.
Baby.
Only you know what I mean, baby.
And then he took his shirt off and he was like, arms above his head, a little dance. Gave her a little wink and a smooch. God, I wish I could have seen what the reporters did when you did that.
Well, especially the one that he's calling baby. I don't know who it is.
That's what I mean, yeah.
If I gave you $69,000 and said, let's switch seats for a year, would you switch seats for me for $69,000?
Yeah, I'd switch seats for you for as long as you want. $69,000.
What's his lowest? The lowest I could go? $5,000?
But I would just switch seats with you anyways. Yeah, this could be done.
Would you want to do it for? I don't think you could do it for $5,000. Think about it. That would only be
$5,000.
That would be less than $500 a month.
But what? And I wouldn't sit over here and have to push all these buttons,
right?
And do the phones and all that kind of stuff.
You freak out if I were over there pushing the buttons.
No, I think I could do it. I think I could do it.
I think so. I don't think you could.
I think so.
I
know you can't give me $5,000. You're raising 2 kids.
I give you an hour. I would give you an hour, and you would be like, "No, I can't do this. Here's your $5,000 back."
How about $100 for one show? $100 for one show.
$100 for one show?
Yeah, do it. Do you really want to come over here?
No, I don't. I don't want to give you $100 either. You know what I mean, baby?
God.
I think only you know what I mean, baby.
$69,000 to wear
only
a jersey.
You know what I mean, baby.
Gronk, thanks for being so gronky. Oh,
Where's
man.
he from? Is he a Boston guy?
I don't know where Rob Gronkowski. I know he plays college ball in Arizona, but I have no idea. I got to look him up.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Got to figure this out. Got to see where America's finest is coming from. Congratulations.
I'm going to try that today. I'm going to walk into the receptionist and I'm going to be like, hey,
you know how many phone calls I fielded today? 68.
Nah.
My next one's going to be my 69th. And then sit there and go,
You know what I mean.
We'll see how that goes over.
Only you know what I mean, baby.
Congratulations, Rob. You're Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
Online at KZOZ.com. The podcast there. You can find us on iTunes. Just look for Jeff and Jeremy, Podbean, and the FM player.
It's Player FM.
Player FM.
There you go.
I'll get it. I'm sorry.
It's Player FM.
Player FM.
Just search Jeff and
Player
Jeremy.
FM. Okay.
Search Jeff and Jeremy and all those. And now on YouTube, too. I know a lot of people like to listen to podcasts on YouTube because they're used to it. They're over Player FM.
We have a camera coming, by the way. They've ordered
a camera. Oh.
Yeah. So we'll be doing more videos.
What does that mean?
That means when we have guests come in, or
they want to see the guests talking to a microphone, and then, as opposed to hear them talking to a microphone.
Sometimes we have artists come in, and they'll play a tune. People like to watch that in studio live stuff, so we'll have a camera for that. When you and I bet each other or something, and one of us has to put on a bikini. People seem to love that. I'm getting a lot of demand lately for the bikini pics again.
The in-studio prostate exam. Or maybe even the in-studio mammogram next time one of us has a breast cancer scare.
Yeah, I don't think they can do the mammogram.
Is that a HIPAA thing?
I've had the prostate exam done. They can do that anywhere. All they need is a rubber glove and a little...
Well, you can't. They don't have mobile mammogram units?
No, I don't think. I don't know.
You should. You got one.
Well, I went in there. I'm telling you, it's a big machine, okay? I don't think so. It would have to come in a truck, and it wouldn't fit in the studio.
If Rob Gronkowski had a breast cancer scare, do you think he'd go see the doctor?
I would hope he would. I don't know what Rob Gronkowski would do. He'd probably say, hey, baby, come over here and squeeze this.
Even though 1,000 out of 140 million men each year are diagnosed with breast cancer?
Listen, I had a lump. I was going to get it checked out. I mean, how do you not? You could be one of those.
One more, I got 69 touchdowns. You know what I mean.
He's so dumb.
Only you know what I mean, baby.
He's so dumb that he meant to drop the joke, and I think he forgot the joke, so he had to take that pause. No, you know what I mean, baby. But all he had to say was, he said, you know what I mean. He just had that baby.
He is from Eastern New York.
Okay.
Upstate New York. And played his high school ball for the most part in a little town called Williamsville, then moved to Pittsburgh to get more notoriety, and so he can get more attention from colleges, in which he did. He got attention from a handful of colleges, including Syracuse, Kentucky, Clemson, Louisville, Maryland, Ohio State, and he chose to go to Arizona because 69 is his favorite number, and we all know what happens in Tucson, right?
Speaking of sports stars, we were asking you yesterday, the biggest fall in sports history. What is the biggest sports tragedy? And we were talking about Tiger Woods and his fall from drugs. Lance Armstrong got brought up. Mike Tyson, who was one of the greatest boxers of all time, ended up having to go to prison. And O.J. Simpson, I think, made this pull as well.
Whose story is most depressing to you? I mean, and there was interesting points brought up in the discussion online yesterday. I forget who it was, and I'm sorry. I don't have your comments in front of me, but I remember one person saying, O.J. Simpson killed 2 people. Lance Armstrong didn't kill anybody. Mike Tyson didn't kill anybody. And Tiger Woods didn't kill anybody. Therefore, O.J. Simpson wins because he killed 2 people. Okay? Although that was not proven in a court of law, only in a civil suit.
Civil court of law, yeah, or civil court. Well, okay, there's that, sure. But, I mean, that to me isn't a sports tragedy. That's just a personal tragedy.
Isn't that depressing, though?
But O.J. Simpson still finished at the top of his game.
One of the biggest NFL football stars, one of the biggest football stars, both collegiate and NFL, in the history of the game, goes on to kill 2 people?
Well, there was another guy who recently just ended up killing some guy, going to prison, and then killing himself.
That's true. That was a pretty tragic story.
Lance Armstrong, he was a cheat the whole time. To me, that's more tragedy. I mean, he... did you ever see the movie The Program?
Did he kill anybody? Lance Armstrong?
Not that I know of.
No, I have not seen The Program.
You should watch The Program. Great little kind of documentary on him. It's an on-demand Netflix type thing, but really good.
It's a movie made about Lance Armstrong.
It's shot like a documentary in a way.
Documentary would have been like really taking footage of him doping.
Well, I realize that, but it was shot it's a movie, but it was shot kind of like a documentary.
Based on a true story.
So, anyways, and then you have Tiger Woods, which when this movie comes out, and it will eventually come out, it will be amazing.
I don't know.
Because you're taking a guy like when I think of like the greatest guys in sports history, there's a few names that come to mind that were at the best of their sport. And the only one we don't have on here is Michael Jordan because there's no reason to put him on this poll. But Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, Tiger Woods, and maybe Michael Phelps. Those are probably the...
What about Lance Armstrong?
Those are the... Well, no, because he's a cheat. But if I didn't know he was a cheat, then Lance Armstrong would be on there. I'm talking about guys that you knew were the best at their game. Like there was nobody that was...
Think sucks about Lance Armstrong.
Mike Tyson. There was nobody that was going to beat Tiger Woods back in the day.
I think that it sucks about Lance Armstrong is you could go down the list. You'd be like, what about... Well, Floyd. At least we got Floyd Lanton. Well, never mind. At least we got, and then you could go down this list of cyclists, and you come to find out they've all been tarnished by blood doping, and you have to go like 12 deep, and you're like, oh, but we got that guy.
Okay.
And what was that guy's best finish? 54th in the Tour of California.
What, Floyd Landis? Is that who you were trying to say?
Yeah.
Give me one more cyclist.
I don't know.
It's tough.
I can't.
You have to really follow the sport to do that. So, anyways, this sprung a great argument, which we like to call an awkward.
Where's
exchange.
the poll right now? Where does it sit? Who's the leader?
Lance Armstrong.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's got 50% of the vote or something like that.
Yeah.
50% of the vote.
What about
Mike Tyson at 33 and Tiger Woods at 16.
The Juice got nothing?
0 votes for the Juice.
Juice has got nothing, even though
he's getting out of prison.
He's the only murderer on that list.
He's the only one that been accused of murder on that list.
He's the only one that kills people on that list. Yet his is not the most depressing story. Who knew that people would be so passionate about the biggest sports failures of all time?
And now it's time for your awkward Facebook exchange. Yeah.
Today's players are Jens and Floyd. Jeremy will be playing the part of Floyd. I will be playing the part of Jens. Jens starts out, emphatically says, Tiger Woods is absolutely the greatest fall of all time. At his peak, he was the absolute favorite to dominate in every tournament he entered. He was number one by a huge margin. He didn't fall off because of age. He fell off because his wife caught him cheating. Then his whole life fell apart.
Floyd writes in, nope, wrong. He fell off because of injury and age. He won several times, TINS, after the bimbo eruption.
Is Floyd from Alabama? Where is Floyd from?
I don't know.
I got to check.
Not sure where I'm from.
Why are you giving him a southern accent?
He's from the South. His name's Floyd, for God's sake.
He's got pictures of Morro Bay.
He's from Mount Pilot, Alabama. Come on now.
And Pebble Beach on his profile.
Don't you remember Floyd the barber? Mount Pilot.
Oh, he's got the pictures of Pebble Beach on his profile because he's a golfer, and golfers will run to the defense of a one. Eldrick Woods. Jens says to Floyd, nope, you're wrong. The injury stemmed from the accident. His whole career fell apart that Thanksgiving. A couple of sporadic wins here and there ain't S compared to how dominant he was prior to that Thanksgiving.
You need to check the history and get your facts straight. STRAIT. There was no injury that mattered from that accident. He has 8 wins, including players, since the accident. That is better than the average career for most players. Hardly just a couple of sporadic wins. What ain't S is your knowledge of the facts as it relates to reality.
When you say straight and spell it STRAIT, do you mean George Strait? ? 8 wins for pre-Turkey Day 09 Tiger is nothing. The dude was so far ahead of any other golfer that a commonly asked question on sports shows was, who would win, Tiger or the rest of the field? And the smart money was always on Tiger Woods. He fell apart mentally after that incident. That's a emoji face. My son is.
You seem to be the one having fallen apart mentally.
He turns 10 months day after tomorrow. He does that very well. I don't think you have enough historical evidence to substantiate that claim of mentally falling apart. And that brings to a conclusion.
There it is. Come on now.
Awkward Facebook exchange.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Have you heard this new thing that's going around with baby food? I think your little one's still on baby food a little bit, right? The Paleo Bailey food?
The Bailey food?
No, the Paleo baby food.
Try to say that 3 times fast.
Paleo baby food, Paleo baby food. What did I say?
You said Bailey food. Paleo
I'm
Bailey
sure
food.
I did. But I meant you know what paleo is, right? The paleo diet? I've done it. I've done that. I've done a lot of these carb-free diets.
Is it all meats and cheeses?
No, what it is that's kind of the Atkins, right? Where they were just all meats and cheeses. Paleo is you're supposed to eat kind of like the caveman ate. So they didn't have ovens. They couldn't make bread. There was no pastas. They just pretty much ate vegetables and protein. That was about it. They didn't have milk.
Nuts.
They didn't have cheese.
Stuff like
all that kind of stuff. You eat nuts. You eat, so on. Well, they've now made I heard this on the news the other day. I wanted to ask you about it. They've made a paleo baby food. It comes in the jar, and I guess it tastes good. But, I guess babies. But babies need, like, carbohydrates, right?
But you get that from fruits.
Okay, but no starches? Babies aren't supposed to have starches?
Well, I mean, it's not like they aren't supposed to, but do they really need them? I don't know. I kind of make Oliver some paleo baby food. This is what I make his baby food in my little smoothie maker, and this is what I put in it. I put broccoli.
This is just awful what you do to your kid.
I put pineapple.
When your kid's 35 or 40, they have to eat like this. They shouldn't have to eat kale and broccoli when they're
you gotta start them off
9 months old.
So I put I broccoli. I do put kale in it. I put pineapple, papaya.
Ooh, where do you find papaya around here?
Frozen. Mango. Because if it's frozen, then it's all smoothie like, and that's
how does it taste? By the way,
kids like I love it. I actually share it.
What do you make it for you and then just give him a little bit?
I share it with him. I really do. Whatever.
Is this a meal?
What he does,
or is this like a snack?
He eats it as part of his meal. It supplements his meal. Banana, and then I put some kind of. Sometimes I put milk in, which drives my wife nuts because I guess he's not supposed to have dairy. But sometimes
he's a baby. This is when you're supposed to have dairy.
No, you're supposed to have mother's milk, not dairy. So I'll put water in sometimes.
Okay.
I'll do a juice. I bought some tangerine juice the other day, and I put tangerine juice in it.
Well, this is a paleo shake you're making.
And it ended up
or smoothie, whatever you call
that's what I ended up. That's what the current. I guess lineup of baby food that is sitting in our freezer is these little cubes that are made of that mixture.
So you don't buy him the Gerber stuff, or I don't.
We do, but he tends to like the fresh stuff better, or the stuff we make. I don't know if it's because it tastes. It's not really fresh; it's frozen for the most part, except for the kale and the carrots. Are fresh.
I had a buddy once tell me that it's really good to take the beef baby food and pour it over mashed potatoes and make it like a mashed potato pie stew. Why are you quitting?
Because baby food, when it comes down to meat, is the grossest thing.
It's purified, right? I mean, it's just liquefied. I mean, not purified.
Pureed.
Is
what you meant to say?
That was the word I was looking for.
Either that, or it's these gross little things that come in a jar that look like mini hot dogs. And they're called meat sticks. Oh God, it's the grossest looking thing ever. Like Vienna sausages make me want to vomit a little bit in my mouth as it is, and because they're processed meat, right? Well, that's what they'll give these babies because it's easy for them to mash their way through it because it's essentially pureed and mashed together and formed into this little stick. And I've seen this in the baby food aisle, and I'm like, who buys that for their kid? Who gets their kid the meat stick? It's gross. It's these they look like little hot dogs stored in water.
That's what a Vienna sausage totally is. Yeah, I bought them. I bought them one time.
Why?
Because I was curious. I'm always at the store.
Did you enjoy that?
There's Vienna sausage. It was okay. If I was like starving, I think it would have been fine. I didn't think they were that great.
I always see homeless people eating Vienna sausages.
Well, because you can buy them at the dollar store.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, that's where I bought them.
Why?
Because I don't know. I had to try something to eat from the dollar store. Aren't you curious and just do things out of curiosity?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's sealed up in a can, right? And I've seen it at grocery stores. And for $1, I bought a can of Vienna sausages, and I ate 1.5 because I wanted to make sure I didn't get a bad one.
How many cans did you get?
I just got one.
How many come in a can?
I think I want to say there were 6 in there. They're not very big. They look like little fingers.
Yeah, I know.
The size of a finger.
They look like meat sticks.
Yeah, just, and I ate one and I didn't think it was very good. So I'm like, well, maybe I got a bad one. So I tried half another one and I threw it away. It was like, it just tastes like a hot dog it's not very good.
That's been soaking in water forever.
Right. Maybe if you threw it on the grill or a stove and you heated it up a little bit with some ketchup and mustard, it would be fine. Because I tell you what, I don't think there's much different than that in an Oscar Mayer wiener. It's just wieners. Those wieners don't soak in water.
That's got to be what we got to do for the next bet. Because obviously, you couldn't work your way through 6 of them, and I know you to be the human garbage disposal. You'll try anything once. And you tried that to the tune of 1.5. You didn't even get through a full sitting of it. Me, I see a homeless person eating Vienna sausages out of the can, and I'm like, ugh, ugh. I mean, I can't do it. That's got to be the payoff for our next bet loss. Is the loser has to eat a can of Vienna sausage?
Oh, more than a can.
No, a can.
No, I think
a can
2
is
cans.
Enough. A can. No, a can is enough.
I think 2 cans.
Can is enough.
The shenanigans are strong with these ones. Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ rocks.
So the whole reason I was asking you about the paleo baby food is because Taco Bell is now releasing a paleo item to their menu. I mean, it was just last week we were talking about the new burrito with Pop Rocks.
Cavemen, right?
That means there's no tortilla.
Okay, let me try to figure out how you would make a Taco Bell offering out of stuff that cavemen only had at their disposal. Do eggs count in the paleo diet?
Yeah, you can get eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, that's dead chickens and eggs and all that.
Okay, so you could I'm just gonna. If I was I
guess
executive chef at Taco Bell,
right,
and they came to me and they go, "All right, man, this paleo thing's really taken off. I'm going to need you to develop some kind of paleo menu offering." Okay, I'll get right on it. I will make a taco out of a scrambled fried egg, but you can't fry it because they didn't have a frying pan, right? The cavemen did not have
I don't know how they
pan?
cooked the eggs, but they probably cooked them somehow.
Okay. Well,
it's not that literal. It's just the food from that era. So eggs, they had eggs. So yes.
Okay. So I would make a tortilla out of eggs, and then in it, I would put potatoes.
Yes.
You can't make sausage. You can't do any kind of sausage because there's no sausage making facilities.
Well, they had pigs. They had pork.
They had pigs, but you cannot make sausage because you did not have a sausage grinder to make the sausage.
But it's 2017.
This cannot. No. It is not true paleo if that is the case.
I'm trying to help you out here, buddy. I would go with sausage instead of just...
This is my problem with
pork chops.
Calling it paleo and then not having it be paleo at all. If you're going to say we have a paleo offering and you're going to put sausage in it, that is incorrect.
Well, they put pork in it, okay? They put bacon and they put sausage in it. And they also put hash browns in it, which, I guess...
Potatoes, yeah.
Potatoes.
But that's more believable than sausage.
Now, cheese, I don't know. But they're putting cheese on it. So that's stretching it. But that still fits the paleo diet.
What caveman was sitting there churning cheese from the milk that they got out of the cow?
It still fits the paleo diet.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
That is the cheat of the paleo diet.
I'm telling you, I did this. You can have cheese on the paleo.
I don't care. Then you're not doing paleo, okay? Don't tell me you're doing one thing, but then do another. If you're going to eat as the caveman eats, then you have to eat as the caveman eats.
Well, you try this. I know you tried the crispy chicken skin taco when they came out with that. Will you try the egg white or the fried egg? It's not an egg white. It's a fried egg.
I was right about that.
The fried egg shell.
That's going to be the tortilla?
Stuffed with sausage and cheese and hash browns. Will you try this? And bacon and sausage.
What do you use to...
I got to think it's going to be greasy, right?
Hold it. What do you use
What fast food egg isn't greasy?
By the way, that's not paleo.
Well, I know.
That's them trying to...
That was me trying to make a correlation with the hip paleo diet.
Seem like they're paleo.
Yeah.
Are they calling it paleo, or is that you calling it?
That was me calling it paleo.
Oh, so they're not dubbing.
But
it
it's
paleo.
for you paleo eaters.
No,
paleo eaters can eat this.
Not. No, it's not.
Yes, you can.
Not if you're true paleo, because then you eat like a caveman.
Hi, what would you want to say?
Good morning, fellas. This is Richard. Hey, I just wanted to go back to the very beginning when you said executive chef at Taco Bell. What? That is funny.
There are executive chefs at fast food.
Yeah,
places.
they come up with these menu items
because that's exactly what they. If you were to be a executive chef at any fast food place, obviously the most boring would be In-N-Out. Because you imagine what that executive chef does all day long.
I don't know if they have one.
Is they
come up with the secret menu?
That guy comes up with idea after idea, and it gets shut down in favor of the double and the animal stuff. Like his biggest contribution to executive chefdom is the animal style. I got an idea. We're going to do things animal style. We're going to put cheese and we're going to put the sauce on it, and that's it. Whereas Carl's Jr. executive chef, that's got to be the most sought-after fast food executive chef job.
Right.
Because you get to put hot dogs on hamburgers. You get to put ribs on hamburgers. You can put chicken on, or Taco Bell for that matter. Taco Bell executive chef probably is a pretty fun offering. You get to experiment.
Hey, Kyle. I'd call our boy Kyle real quick because I saw him write something on Facebook the other day about what he gets when he goes to In-N-Out. Mm-hmm. And what do you get at In-N-Out when you go through? What do you call the burger?
Oh, the 4x4, my man.
See, I've never heard of the 4x4 before. So, see, this is what I don't like about In-N-Out, okay? They claim they're very simple unless you're in this secret society and you know all the code words. What is a 4x4? Is that like 4 patties?
Yeah, it's just 4 patties. So it's your standard double just with 2 extra patties. Now,
dear God,
what In-N-Out used to do, now they don't do it anymore because, well, for health reasons,
heart attacks.
They used to do what's called the 18-wheeler. Yeah. And my brother and I got that when we were kids. And the 18-wheeler was simply a bun, 18 patties and cheese, and bun.
And what do they charge for the 18-wheeler?
It was $18.
Well, that's a good, actually,
it's not that
pretty
bad.
Good deal.
It's really not that bad when you think about it.
Yeah, but that's too much meat. So you're talking 4 patties between 2 buns, and what is that? What does that run?
Let's see. My normal deal when I go to In-N-Out is usually a 4x4, sometimes 2, or a double with a couple fries and a drink. That will run me about $12-13.
Okay, 4x4. I might have to try that sometime.
You should try it. You should do yourself a favor and try one today.
Could you get your mouth around 4 patties and the bun?
Oh yeah, dude. I'm sorry. Have you seen me eat?
Well, no, not actually. I haven't actually watched you eat before. Maybe I should. All right.
The 18-wheelers really
get yourself a 4x4, some animal fries. You will be in heaven.
I don't know why they did away with the 18-wheeler, because they could have just said this is not intended for one person to eat. This is to be shared amongst friends with the 18-wheeler. Because really, the 18-wheeler is just a meatloaf with cheese in between it.
A meatloaf. How come nobody's doing the meatloaf burger? That sounds pretty good.
You slice off a little bit of it, serve it up.
This is thanks, Kyle. This is what the executive chef at In-N-Out does. He comes up with the secret menu with the 4x4 and the 18-wheeler. But I got to think fast food. At first, I would think if you're a fast food executive chef and you're coming up with all these things, it's got to be kind of tough. But then I thought, you know what? No, it isn't, because all your ingredients are there. It's not like you can get any ingredients you want. You have everything there. If you're making a breakfast taco, you know you have the potatoes, you know you have cheese, sausage, so on. We're going to have to figure out how to make a fried egg shell, and we're going to have to figure out how we can make it quick and consistent throughout every idiot that's going to make it at all of our stores. Because it's, no offense. Listen, I shouldn't say idiot, because there's a lot of, smart people that work there, I'm sure. But, there's also a lot of people
that... The chef is the smartest of the smarts, Jeremy.
There's also a lot of people that probably,
Do you want to be an executive chef at a real restaurant, or do you want to be an executive chef at a fast food restaurant? Give me a fast food restaurant any day over like fancy hoity-toity restaurant.
Right, it's money.
It would be so much more.
And how much
enjoyable.
Weed does a executive chef at a fast food restaurant smoke?
They're just given to you.
Like Jack in the Box and their late night munchie menu, and
just
Carl's
given
Jr.
to you. It said, here's your inspiration.
Get high, get the
work.
munchies.
Get to work on this. What fast food place would it be best to be the executive chef at? That is the question that is rolling over on the social media networks right now and on the phone lines at 543-3693.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. 93.3 KZOZ Rock.
1 million records sold. Don't miss American Legends, the Doobie Brothers. There's more at thedoobiebrothers.com.
Good morning, KZOZ. Hello.
Good morning. I thought that was my cue.
You thought it was what?
her cue to
cue
call.
for the Doobie Brothers
She's going to win some concert tickets just because.
They commercial played for to buy tickets?
You just said it's coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How good are you at identifying boobs?
Boobs?
Yeah.
I have a pair.
You have a pair, so you know your way around a set of those things, right?
Yeah.
Coming up a little bit later on, we're going to play a game called Know Your Boobie Brothers for the Doobie Brothers.
That's adorable.
That's what my mom's going to think, too, when we play it. You have such an adorable job, Jeff.
Boobies are fine. Boobies are always on my mind. They make me safe. Yeah. Like a happy little baby sleeping and dreaming. Yeah. Boobies are sweet. Boobies have always been so good to me. Oh, I love you, boobies.
Okay, it's been posted.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to now play Boobie Brothers for Doobie Brothers.
Boobies for Doobies.
Boobies for Doobies.
All right, now we have taken some celebrity cleavage and we have pasted it all over the social networks of KZOZ, Jeff and Jeremy. That's Twitter. You could go to KZOZ.com and you could take a look at the boobies that are there. It's under the watch this and the podcast link, even though there's no podcast that goes along with it. You got to guess whose red-clad boobies those are this morning at 543-3693. Now, since this is on the social media networks, I want to let it be known that if you guess on the social media networks, there's no way for us to track it because there's so many social media networks. It's just Jeremy and I in a room. So you can sit there and guess and get it right, and it doesn't matter unless you get through on the phone lines at 543-3693. We won't even be looking at the responses on the social media.
You're talking very fast.
On the social media.
You're very excited about this, I can tell.
Well, I get excited about it.
It's like you've had 10 cups of coffee.
So what I'm saying is do not guess on the social media networks because if you do, you could be right and it doesn't matter. It's like if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there. Does anybody hear it? No.
So really what Jeff is saying is you want to use the computer to either go to KZOZ.com or our Facebook page, Twitter, at Jeff and Jeremy. Did you put it on Instagram?
No.
Okay. Then just those two places. Look at the breasts that are there and then call in. If you identify who breasts those are, obviously famous celebrity, if you can tell us whose boobies those are, then you will win tickets to see the Doobies, all right? It's Boobies for Doobies. 543-3693 are the numbers to get through right now. And is this Kate or Katie?
Katie.
Hi, Katie. All right.
Hi.
Have you had a chance to go over to our Facebook page?
Or KZOZ.com?
Yeah, I found them.
Okay.
I finally found them.
You found them. They're hard to miss, aren't they?
Nice big red blouse.
It's like,
yes. You are going to have the first shot to win Doobie Brothers tickets. All you have to do is tell us whose breasts those are.
Can I ask one question for him?
Sure, you can ask anything you want.
Is she a new celebrity or an older celebrity?
You got to look at those breasts and see.
I don't know. You got to do what you can do with that right there. Like I don't know what constitutes new and old. I will say that this celebrity has been a celebrity for more than 20 years.
Okay, is it Lonnie Anderson?
Lonnie Anderson. Oh, good guess.
Oh, that's really old.
WKRP in Cincinnati. No,
it's not.
Okay,
right. See you later, Kate. All right, that's how it works. Right? She did a good job, Kate.
And Burt Reynolds' headboard.
All right, 543-3693. The boobies are up right now. Boobies for Doobies. You want to go see the Doobie Brothers? Go to our Facebook page at Jeff and Jeremy. On Twitter at Jeff and Jeremy, you can find them. And you put them on the website too?
Yeah, they're on the website, KZOZ.com. Just click on the podcast or watch this link, even though there's nothing really to listen to or watch except for a still picture of some red-clad boobies.
All right, if you can identify those boobies, we'll give you tickets to see the Doobie Brothers. Phone numbers are 543-3693. We got boobies at KZOZ.com. We have them on our Facebook and Twitter at Jeff and Jeremy. You identify them and you win. 543-3693. Hi, go ahead. What do you think?
Christina Hendricks.
Who is that?
No, that's a very good guess. That is the buxom beauty
actress from Mad Men.
Mad Men, yes, the red hair and gargantuan up top. Let me tell you that the celebrity that is wearing whatever enhancements that they're wearing in this photo It's probably some false advertising, okay? So they're probably in real life not quite as big as they look in the photo.
All right.
Okay?
All right, you can try back. 543-3693.
Kind of your clue there. There's no Christina Hendricks going on there. If I had to wager a bet, I would bet Floyd Mayweather money on the fact that Christina Hendricks wears a bigger bra than the celebrity posted at KZOZ.com.
Boobies for Doobies. You identify the Boobies. You win tickets to see the Doobie Brothers at Vina Robles. The picture is on KZOZ.com. It's on our Facebook page and Twitter at Jeff and Jeremy. Hi, good morning. Who do you think it is?
Scarlett Johansson.
I like that. That's a great guess. Because you're looking at skin pigmentation too, aren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
And the style of the dress she was wearing.
Right. Remember, I said, now, I don't know Scarlett Johansson. I said that they've been a celebrity for 20 years. That's kind of
I didn't catch that part.
outside of the window of a Scarlett Johansson on that one. But good guess this morning.
All right. Okay. Boobies for Doobies.
In fact, let me ask you, Jeremy. I don't think you know. How old would you think that those are? Those ones right there.
I'll say it's misleading because when I look at those breasts, I say that as someone that is under the age of 40.
Very misleading then, if that's the case.
I would say those are
very misleading.
Those could be under the age of 30. Hi, good morning. Who do you think it is?
Hey, I know those boobies from a mile away, man.
Okay, shoot.
You got good eyes, man.
Whose are they?
Those are Carmen Electras right there.
They're not Carmen Electras. Carmen Electras.
They're not Carmen Electras.
No, Carmen Electras cleavage would be way too tan for that. You know what I mean?
I thought I noticed those freckles with the tan line, the bikini tan line that it had kind of going on there.
Freckles a very important clue to whose boobies they actually are.
Buddy.
And I know one of the first guesses we got was Christina Hendricks. And you got to go with pale skin, and you know what happens with pale skin. Usually there's red hair there. This is a redheaded celebrity.
Boobies for Doobies. We've got a pair of boobies over on our Facebook page and at KZOZ.com. You identify who they are. You call in. If you get it right, you win tickets to see the Doobie Brothers at Vina Robles on the 22nd. Hi, who's this? Hello, are you there?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it Diane Lane?
Diane Lane. That's going way back, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be a good guess, and I would say that it looks a lot like Diane Lane, but it's not.
Sorry. You know, be good at this is probably Mr. Skin. This guy knows his boobies. Maybe you should go to MrSkin.com and see if they have a chat feature, and you could say, "Hey, I need your help."
Boobies are fine. Boobies are always on my mind.
8:35.
They make me safe, like a happy little baby sleeping
and dreaming.
We're giving away tickets. Yeah, you're one of those people that pick up on things quick, right? My wife can do that. She can listen to a song one time and nail it.
Thanks for creating my defense for me, counselor.
Boobies for Doobies. We're giving away tickets to see the Doobie Brothers. You have to identify boobies that we have on our Facebook, Twitter, or at KZOZ.com.
Something that can only be described as Booby Gates. Turns out that booby number one, booby pick number one, was they like to refer to on the internet as a fake celebrity pick.
I'm not following you.
So what they do is they take some other person's body and they transpose the head of one celebrity. So when I type in the term blank celebrity and / cleavage, it comes up with this picture. I was like, wow, that's probably the most misleading picture. I took that picture from Google Images, splashed it up all over KZOZ.com, Twitter, on Facebook, and said, hey, everybody, call 543-3693. Guess whose boobs these are? And then upon further inspection, doing a visual mammogram with the eyes of the celebrity's boobs and doing a compare and contrast of other photos of this celebrity and her boobs from more reputable sites, I found...
Jeff, were you taken on this?
I found that I was duped by the internet.
You were duped?
And this is Boobygate. And red top booby pic of said celebrity was a fake pink top booby pic of said celebrity.
You're doing this on purpose.
Is real.
Are you kidding me? How would you even know that?
So check out the social networks now or KZOZ.com now so you can know. Because I went with the most misleading. There was no way. You know the celebrity, right?
Yes,
Did
I know.
tell you?
Yeah, you told me who it was.
Okay, you know the celebrity.
I thought those looked pretty good for her.
Right, exactly. Now,
I thought maybe that was when she was younger.
Isn't Pink Top more in line with what
I would
the
agree that
celebrities
Pink Top is
probably
more in line.
gonna
Okay,
look
so
like?
the only thing that has changed is you need to refresh and look at your browser again.
Now
all
we've
right?
deleted all record of red top booby pick. Now we're just going with pink top booby pick, I think.
All right, so now we can go back and play more booby games?
Yes.
All right, 543-3693
It's
are
not
the numbers
Scarlett
to get in,
Johansson.
okay?
It's not Christina Hendricks. Which, if this celebrity heard this discussion this morning, should be very flattered that those were the ones that were being lumped in with her.
Still a celebrity, right? Still out in the main spotlight?
Every day.
All right.
Well, at least Monday through Friday.
Lance is here. Hi, Lance.
Hi.
Sorry for the confusion in Boobygate. Did you go back and refresh the Facebook, Twitter, or I don't know where you saw the picture, kzoz.com? And it's not the red top anymore. It's a pink top.
Oh, yeah, no.
All right. Well, I'll put you on hold so you can do that.
Yeah,
all right?
go to kzoz.com and check out.
We'll go to Jim
Pink Top.
instead.
Guess the boobies for the doobies. It's under the watch this link or the podcast link.
All right, Jim.
I'm going with Molly Ringwald.
Molly Ringwald.
I love the guess. You're listening. He heard the red hair, the fair skin, the freckles.
Yeah.
No, it's not Molly Ringwald.
Oddly
Sorry,
enough,
buddy.
Molly Ringwald did grow to have.
Yeah,
Remember,
she had nothing
the,
in
the joke in
back
16 Candles was, nothing. And then, when she grew up, man.
All right. Lance, have you had a chance to take a look at him?
I'll take a stab at it.
All right.
Is it Nicole Kidman?
So would I.
Another great guess. No, that is not it. Try back. 543-3693. Hi, good morning. What's your name?
Amy.
Hi, Amy. All right, Boobies for Doobies. We're giving away Doobie Brothers tickets. You identify the Boobies. It's the pink.
Is it Lindsay Lohan?
Another great guess. That is not correct.
Especially knowing that I have a soft spot in my heart for Lindsay Lohan.
You still do?
Yeah, I still do.
I know you did.
I still think Lindsay Lohan's drop dead gorgeous.
Not today?
Yeah, even today. I do.
I mean, Mean Girls was one thing.
I just love redheads.
Hi, good morning. Go ahead.
You like the 17-year-old.
She wasn't 17 there. She was playing 17.
I understand how that
She was
is.
playing 17. She was 25.
I understand how that rolls.
Or whatever. Hi, what's your name?
Better clear that history on your browser.
Don't you love it when, guys sit around and we talk about girls? Jeff's the one guy that sets up and calls you a creep and walks out. Not fun. All right. So what do you got? What do you think, man?
What about Julianne Moore?
Ah, that's a great guess.
I like that guess as well.
Oh.
You got some music.
Yeah, I know I do. I'm trying to get rid of it. Just calm
playing
down.
underneath there.
Calm down.
You got to get yourself fixed.
All right.
Quit perving out on Mean Girls and Lindsay Lohan and get your music fixed on your board there, son.
Hi, good morning. What's your name?
Ice up, son. Ice up.
What's your name?
Matt.
Matt, who do you think it is?
Deborah Messing.
Debbie Messing.
See, another great red-headed guess. Have we eliminated them all yet? I know. Sorry, man.
I know there's only
Brothers.
so many famous redheads, right?
Boobies for Doobies.
I will say this today, okay, as your next hint moving forward is this is a set of birthday boobies today. Birthday.
543-3693.
Birthday boobies.
B-Day Boobies.
B-Day boobies for doobies.
543-3693. You can see this picture of these boobies on our Facebook and Twitter page at Jeff and Jeremy.
Boobies are fine. Boobies are always on my mind. They make me safe. Yeah. Like a happy little baby sleeping.
We've got boobies on our Facebook and Twitter page.
Boobies are sweet. Boobies are
Also, over on kzoz.com, you identify those boobies. You call in at 543-3693, and you win. Jeff just gave some pretty good clues. We know that it's a redhead.
Yeah.
And you said these are birthday boobies.
Be the birthday boobies.
We got Donnie. Donnie, who is it?
Joan Rivers.
No.
Too soon, bro. Too soon.
She's not with us anymore. It's so sad.
Hi, good morning. What do you think?
Well, I didn't know it was Kathy Lee's birthday, but apparently it is.
Yeah, there you go.
Kathy Lee. Come on.
Are you saying that you knew before we even dropped the hint that it was birthday boobies today?
Actually, I didn't realize it was her birthday, but I did figure out, there's only one
constant cut and paste out there. And, when you see the same face on, 75,000, I think I actually saw her on Donald Trump's body once. And there's another redhead, so there was another clue right there. So I think you guys covered every possible clue there was.
Yeah. So now knowing that these are real Kathy Lee Boobies, 64 years of age, not too shabby, right?
Not shabby at all. Yeah. I wouldn't put her, a day past 62 and a half.
It's all that wine she drinks on the Today Show.
Yes.
It's the Today Show. It's, dancing around in the back room, kind of trying to pretend she's younger than she is, all that good stuff.
All right. What's your name, man?
That keeps you young.
This is James.
James, you're a winner. You got a couple of tickets to go see the Doobie Brothers, all right?
Sweet.
All right. There's our first installment of Boobies for Doobies. Nice job.
Probably first and only installment of Boobies for Doobies, to be honest with you.
I don't know. They come here quite often. I'm thinking every time they come here, you should be able to play that. KZOZ.com if you want to link up to buy tickets, and we will have another shot for you to win those again tomorrow.
Do you remember the old, that's like, I don't know what she did before, like what her role in show business was before this.
Out on a fun ship.
Oh, yes.
Last year, nearly 500,000 people took vacations on Carnival. So on your next vacation, take a 3, 4, or 7 day
That's back when you used to be able to hit golf balls into the water
on
the Carnival cruises. But I remember seeing those Carnival Cruise Line commercials and thinking, man, I know that lady's probably old enough to be my grandma if she was a young grandma. But, man, she's really hot.
Yeah, she's done well. She's done well with herself.
I mean, even still today at 64 years of age.
She's great at preserving.
Like, if you had, if you weren't married and you were on a business conference somewhere and you were in a hotel bar.
No. Because the makeup, Jeff, every time we see her, there's a lot of makeup. And makeup has to come off at night.
Well, sometimes, though, I mean, like... The picture in which we borrowed the cleavage from for the purposes of the game token picture, if you will, she looks good in that picture. She really does. I mean, for 64, and she's not overly done up.
She looks great.
She just stumbled onto the set.
She looks great. That doesn't mean I want to sleep with her, but she looks great.
But
she's a very pretty lady.
But,
I have respect for elderly women.
She's only...
If I was in my 60s...
She's only 22 years older than you.
Maybe something
She's
different.
only 22 years older than you.
Only 22. I mean, she could easily be my mother.
It's her birthday. Maybe she's hanging out at the DoubleTree.
How old is she?
64.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
64 years of age today. Happy birthday to Kathy Lee. By the way...
She could be my mother. That's okay. My mother's 63.
Let's go. Let's play. While we're here, why don't we play the birthday game? Madonna also having a birthday today. How much younger is Madonna than Kathy Lee Gifford?
I would say Madonna's probably close to 50, so she's probably like 49 years old today.
Madonna is 5 years younger than Kathy Lee Gifford, clocking in at 59.
Wow. So Madonna still looks pretty good.
So Madonna and Kathy Lee Gifford walk into the DoubleTree hotel lobby bar.
Hold on a second. Here we go.
They're both working on you. Who's got the better chance?
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Teri Banish is here from the city of Atascadero. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So this is something that is really kind of blown up over the last few years. I remember it was a cruise night. Now there's also dancing in the streets, and that was so much fun last year. Atascadero, I mean, it's really kind of stepping it up. You guys do all kinds of brew at the zoo, and you have so many other cool events.
Festival, Winter Wonderland, Chef Summer Sizzle today, Farmers Market.
What's that all about?
Chef Summer Sizzle, we have Farmstead Catering out there doing free samples, and you can buy your ingredients there at Farmers Market. They give you the recipe. We'll have Bristol's hard cider out there as well, so you sample the cider.
And that's at Atascadero's Farmers Market.
Yep, you got it.
probably gets overlooked by many in the county.
Oh, I know,
and it
definitely, and it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It
get
should
overlooked.
not, and it's in the Sunken Gardens. They recently moved there in April, so we are really stepping it up with all the different things going on. Ricky Montijo will be out there today.
Oh,
so
and the mojitos?
Yeah, well, just Ricky.
Oh, just
so,
Ricky.
yeah.
Okay. Sometimes the mojitos are there. Sometimes they're
the
not.
mojitos are going to be part of the dancing in the street
Yes,
thing.
so
right?
we're going to cue it up with the mojitos.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing.
So yeah, all right. Well, before we get to dance in the street, there's the cruise night, and this happens this Friday.
Yes, absolutely. So 6:30 to 8:30 is the actual cruise, and to register your car for the cruise, you can still do that by 4:00 on Friday at our Colony Park Community Center, and that's located on 5599 Traffic Way. $27.
Okay, $27. Now,
Yes.
are there rules? I mean, like,
There's
if
rules.
Jeff wanted to enter his,
I have a bitchin' 2011 Odyssey.
It's a black Odyssey minivan
can do
that
that.
he can open the doors
With
on
buttons.
his key fob.
But not if you're going over a mile an hour.
Okay.
If you go over a mile an hour, the doors won't open.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a safety feature. Something about.
Oh, then that's
something
really not
about
that cool for
kids
cruising.
or something like that. If
There
I
you
always
go.
thought if I could open it and close the doors while going like
But it is-
35, that would be cool.
Right. It is black and it's got tinted windows, and it's like the hippest minivan that a dad could drive.
I would hope that not too many people would be registering their Honda Odyssey minivan.
I wouldn't think so. This is going to be older cars.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So we're hot rods, cruisers, that sort of thing. But, I don't know if we'd turn them down.
No, they're nice.
Hey, if
but
you're really
yes.
proud of your Honda Odyssey,
Yeah, there you go.
give Larry Wilson a call.
Yeah, exactly. Larry might kill me now, but that's all good.
We've seen some of these cars. I mean, great, like Thunderbirds and old Chevys, and
Absolutely.
Yeah, you see some really cool trucks, and it's neat what some people are able to do with these old cars. Find them in a farm, in somebody's ranch, and then pull them out and restore the whole thing. So, how many? Do you know how many cars are already in the cruise?
We are expecting over 400. Last year we had 415.
Wow.
So we are on that roll right now with the number that have registered. If you do not make it to the Colony Park Community Center by 4:00 on Friday, you can register at the actual cruise event location, which is on San Luis Avenue and El Camino Real. And that will start at I want to say 5:30.
Yeah, because the actual cruise starts at 6:30.
So we want to get
that's
you
when
in and get
everybody
you
lines up and
Yeah.
heads on down El Camino Real, and then there's a car show to follow the next day,
Yes.
right?
So that's Larry Wilson. That's Mid-State Cruisers. That is the next day, and that's about 175 cars. And these are all your antique restored cars that
Not your Honda
just
Odysseys.
beautiful, not your Honda Odyssey. And that's 10 to 3. They start registering cars early in the morning. So if you have a car, and get down there, and I'm sure they'll register your car in the morning on that day. But you can definitely find out more information on all of this at visitatascadero.com. There's a registration form for cruise night on there under the events
And this
tab.
is a really big. It's kind of a mini music. Well, I'm not even going to say mini music festival. I'm going to say it's a full-on music festival.
It's a full-on
what
music
you're doing
festival.
downtown in Atascadero
Yes.
now as part of the second night
Yep.
of Hot August Nights.
Second night, so we have our Dancing in the Streets. So this event is really stepped up for the second annual. We will kick it off at 5:00 on the City Hall stage, right in front of City Hall, obviously. We will have Bleeding Harp, which is a rock and blues band out of Southern California. They play rock, jam, Southern rock. So kind of influencing a different genre of music, a different band up here.
Scannerd.
Yes.
Right? That's Southern
Yeah.
rock. When you
Southern
talk about
rock.
you talk about Scannerd.
They're very popular in Southern California. They're going to
Nice.
actually be at Bristol's on Friday night. So if
Okay.
you want a sneak peek of them, they will be there.
You would love this, Jeff. I know you love cider, and he's got
Yeah.
9 taps or something.
Love cider and I
There
love
you
my-
go.
He's
I
got
know.
so much cider
It's
over
a
there.
cider and Skinnerd weekend for me.
There you go. On the Entrada stage, which is Entrada and El Camino Real in the downtown for Dancing in the Streets from 6 to 8:30, we will have Martin Paris Band. And Martin Paris, very popular in our county. Looking forward to that. We will have Rhea Munson doing some line dancing with her line dancing group. And then Dancing with Our Stars will have
I didn't know people
as well.
still did the line dancing.
Yes, they do.
I had a friend that did that when I was a kid, and he'd always try to get me to go. And he's like, "Come on, you can
You
meet a
gotta come
girl."
down. Now
And I'm
you
like-
have to go.
They were all a little bit older than I
You
was
can
at
go,
the
but
time.
just watch. Don't please don't participate.
If he tries,
for
he
the
will.
safety of everyone
I'm
else.
not coordinated as well
We
enough.
will definitely video him and put him on Facebook if he gets down there to do that.
Screw Facebook. Go right to America's Funniest Videos on that one.
There you go. On our 805 Board Shop stage, next to 805 Board Shop on Traffic Way and Palma, we will have Ricky Montijo and the Mojitos.
Okay.
So that'll be 7 to 9. And then Grape Encounter stage, we'll have Bear Market Riot from 8:30 to 10.
Oh, they're great.
And that's in the Grape Encounters courtyard right there. On
All
Traffic
that music
Way.
sounds fun, and it's all just a little bit different.
Yeah, it's all a little bit different. And then the fifth one is Burning James and the Funky Flames at the Carlton from 7 to 10.
Yeah, and you guys had him last year, right?
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
All
we
right.
did.
So really something for everyone, and you can sample, go from each stage to each stage, and this is downtown Atascadero's biggest party of the year, right?
Yeah, absolutely, it is.
All right,
And
so
we're-
we covered a lot there. If you want to
Yes.
find out more, go to atascadero.com/events. You can buy
And
your
do
tickets
visit
there, too.
Atascadero.com.
Yes, visit Atascadero.com.
Visit Atascadero.com.
Okay, yeah. Oh, visit Atascadero. Oh, when I
Gotta
saw
get the
visit, I
visit
thought
in.
it meant actually go there and never
No,
mind.
no,
Yeah,
it's
it's all good.
visit Atascadero.com is the website.
That's the website.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, good to see you, Terry.
All right, thank you.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Things we didn't get to in hashtag form with Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Hashtag Metallica final show streaming live. Did you catch this?
I believe it's tonight.
It's on. We got a link up on our Facebook page, also the KZOZ Facebook page.
Yeah,
And
it's tonight from Edmonton.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I didn't see it. To answer your question, no, I have not seen it as of yet.
I meant, did you see the posting, not the actual concert, because it hasn't
Are
happened?
you sure that's what you meant?
Smart.
No, I've not seen it, Jeremy. To answer your question, and to answer the question about the post, I've not seen the post either. But I am looking forward to it tonight, and I hope that the kids are in bed by then, because I will probably sit at my computer and watch it for.
They should be 7:45 is when it's going to start.
Yeah.
And if you want to see the final show of the World Wired Tour, then you can just go to our Facebook page at Jeff and Jeremy or at KZOZ, and we've got a link right there so you can watch it. So not a bad gig there. Not a bad deal. I'm kind of depressed because
you didn't get to see them.
This is one of the bands that I've always wanted to see. I know they'll do another tour, right?
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
What has it been? It's been 8 years since the prior one. You got 8 years.
It's just, it costs so much money to do this. You got to get your tickets. You got to get your hotel room. You got to go down there. It's just, you got to make a whole weekend of it.
Not tonight.
No, I mean, to see them
You got to get your popcorn. You got to get your favorite beverage. You got to get
it's not the same.
You got to get your router in check.
Dave Grohl's not going to be in my living room watching the show with me. He was down in Pasadena.
Hashtag how lazy or brilliant can you be? Company in England now selling a drone that is programmed to walk your dog. It has a retractable leash and will detect obstacles so it can avoid any accidents involving your pet. Hopefully. I don't know who cleans up.
Well, yeah.
For
Thank you.
the dog that is being walked. Maybe,
And there has to be a weight limit on this dog. I mean, a 65-pound dog could probably drag a drone wherever it wants to. There'd have to be a damn big drone to hold a 65-pound plus dog.
This is like when the Yugo came out, and everybody's like, "Well, that Yugo is sure a cheap car." Because wouldn't the Yugo retail for $1,900?
Yeah, I don't remember, but it was a cheap
brand
value
spanking
driven.
new, and people are like, "Well, I gotta get me a Yugo because that's a brand new car that's cheap." And then they bought the Yugo, and they're like, "Why the hell did I buy the Yugo?" I'd think the same thing about the dog walking drone. I'd want to wait till V 3.0 or 4.0 comes out, as opposed to going with the first of the dog walking drones. I was looking on Craigslist to see just a compare and contrast here in San Luis Obispo County, and there are people offering their dog walking services for $14 an hour is what the going rate seems to be in San Luis Obispo. So if you buy a drone for $2,600, that's what they're retailing for. How many hours does that equate to human time? Now, if you're the type of person that never walks your dog on your own and you always count on somebody else to do it, probably more cost effective to go the drone route. But if you only do it,
what's a dog walker cost?
$14 an hour.
That's high. That's too high.
That's what the going rate is on Craigslist
I know.
right now.
Yeah, that seems really high. So wait a second. So if somebody's walking 5 dogs, they're making $14 an hour on 5 dogs?
Joe in Morro Bay.
That's what I'm going to start doing.
Does $15 an hour for one dog, and then if you add more dogs to it, it's $2 more for each additional dog. So he could be pulling down $17 an hour. Now, if he's walking the dogs, and say he walks 5 dogs, that's an additional $10 an hour. He's making $25 an hour walking 6 dogs.
Yeah. You just do that a few times a day. You're set, man. I mean, come on.
And you get some exercise yourself. Like I've noticed since my side hustle has been Uber.
Yeah, I've noticed you getting fat since you've been an Uber driver. I'm starting to get bus driver ass.
I'm not
Uber ass.
in as good a shape as I have been in the past because that time that I allocate towards Uber would probably be spent working outside in the yard.
Or walking downtown.
Doing some exercise, spending money instead of making money. But now that I make money, I sit there and I'm sedentary and I'm not moving around much and I don't feel like I'm as in good a shape pre-Uber.
Hashtag living to 100. All right. Scientists have come out and said how you can live to 100.
Okay.
And I'm glad you brought up exercise because that's number one. You got to exercise regularly. So if you're going to exercise, that could just be walking around. Like when you walk down to go to Habit Burger, because I know you like to walk down there and get your burger. But at least you're exercising on the way there and on the way back, right?
Yeah.
But you got to eat right. So
that's fine.
But if you live downtown, there's plenty of options.
As long as I don't eat 3 Habit Burgers and I just eat 1 Habit Burger,
this is where
fine.
you're in a lot of trouble. Actually, I think we all are. I can't sleep at night. I know your kids keep you up.
Now, last night I got up I fell asleep at 10:30, woke up at 1 because the kid woke me up. Went back to sleep at 2, woke up at 4 this morning.
Yeah. See, this is killing you, Jeff. I'm starting to notice that
these kids are killing you.
That you look like you're dying over there. So, and I usually go to bed around 9, and I wake up at 11, and then I wake up at 1, and then I wake up at 1:30, and then I wake up at 3, and then I wake up to go to. Yeah.
Weirdly enough, though, scientists
we're
found
screwed
in this study that you quote that being the father of a daughter, which I am.
Oh, is that going to kill you?
No, actually helps people get to the century mark. Men.
Really?
If they're I don't know.
I would think you'd be more stressed out.
Right, I know. That does not jive whatsoever.
Well, what if you have both, a daughter and a son?
Maybe they cancel each other out. I don't know.
It doesn't really go into that one, huh?
Interesting stuff.
Eat, exercise, and sleep.
Walk dogs and watch Metallica. That's your takeaways from things you didn't get to in #Farm.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, we're getting deep into dog walking research.
On Craigslist.
I'm starting to think this is really something that people should be a part of. The only problem is you got to pick up a lot of poop.
So what? If it doesn't bother you.
Those bags are cheap, right?
If that doesn't bother you. There's a kid at Cal Poly that has an ad on Craigslist, okay, that says that he charges $15 a walk. And those walks, he says in parentheses, would be 20 to 30 minutes long. So you call him up and you say, hey, bro, could you come walk my dog? I'll give you $15. He walks your dog for 30 minutes, comes back, here's your dog. Okay, thank you so much. And then you give him $15. Now, keep in mind, I don't know what kind of taxes you have to file.
This is going to be my new side hustle. You're doing that Uber thing, and I know you're making all right scratch on the weekend.
But you got to claim taxes. It's all traceable.
Yeah, this is all under the table.
Like, you show up at somebody's house and say,
walk your dog.
Give me Fido, and I'll walk him for 30 mintes. Give me $15.
Would you be weirded out if I showed up at your house saying, yeah, I'll walk your dog?
No,
41-year-old guy?
Because I would seek you out. You know, that's the whole thing.
But am I too old to walk a dog?
No. You know, if I was a Cal Poly student or you,
I could use it.
I would give the Cal Poly student the prevailing wage because less of a chance of him dying of a heart attack when he's walking my dog.
Thanks. So you think I might die on a walk?
Well,
I think I can walk just fine.
Well, I don't know. If everything was the same, money was the same, you show up and the Cal Poly student shows up. Hey, bro, I'm here to walk your dog. Or, I'm here to walk your dog. I'm going with the guy that says, hey, bro.
Awesome.
See, there it is. That's why you can't.
That was a sigh. That was not. I'm not out of breath sitting here hitting a button.
You're just exhausted hitting buttons. I can't trust you to walk my dog.
KCOZ. KCOZ. It's time to play Know the Show.
Today for Know the Show, your chance to pick up, summer's not over yet, 2 tickets to the Ravine Water Park. Summer isn't over for them till Labor Day. Is that when you usually?
Yeah, I think they shut it down at Labor Day, so you got to use it by Labor Day.
Is that when you see summer being over? Not
no,
here.
I kind of think
it's hard.
October.
I know, mid-October.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems like there's that weird stretch of really hot days that we get mid-October. But if you want to go to the Ravine, you got to do it before Labor Day weekend, and we're going to give you 2 passes to do so if you know the show this morning.
543-3693 are the numbers to get in. We need 2 items that Jeff puts in his son's smoothies. Greg is first up here today. Hey, Greg, how are you?
Good, you guys?
We're doing well, man. You got 2 of those items?
Pineapple and carrots.
Yeah, both of those were in there. Congratulations. You're going to the Ravine Water Park.
You ever tried the baby food?
No.
No? Not at all?
No.
That's a blatant. Are you kidding me? What are you asking me right now?
There's so many people. We were asking the question if they've ever tried baby food and if they liked any of it. So many people online.
You've never tried it once, Greg? Nothing? Ever?
No. I mean, it doesn't even seem appetizing.
No, it doesn't.
But I mean, I've been around somebody that was feeding a baby. I'm like, let me try those carrots. They're not bad.
Well, and sometimes you have to trick the baby into thinking that they can eat it too. You're like, yum, 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 yum. So you got to you got to give yourself some. Tiffany writes in, she says, peach is the best. Pamela echoes that sentiment. Peach leading the charge, and bananas with peach leading the charge on the front this morning, with Carrie and Josie saying that they like the bananas. Tiara saying she likes banana. She says banana is the bomb and that peaches aren't so bad either. So peaches and bananas the route to go if you're going to go with the baby food. Now, Ryan writes and he says he had a friend who used to carry Gerber baby food around with him in the jars to eat it for himself. He didn't even have a kid.
You just open the jar, you just drink it.
He didn't even have a kid. Now, they make them in pouches now.
That seems weird.
They make them in pouches now, so they're discreet, so you can...
Oh, yeah. I like that new stuff they're doing, like with applesauce and stuff. You just put it in that pouch. It's like looks like an old Capri Sun almost.
Suck it down?
Yeah, you just squeeze it and you're good to go. All right, very nice. Seth's up next.
Very convenient.
We'll have more tickets to the Ravine Water Park tomorrow. Doobie Brothers as well, as our buddy Jeff Stolberg will stop by. And we'll get something else. But
and you know what we're going to do? We're going to go walk some dogs right now.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.